Okay, so now we're going to go over the Sidewalk Er Supports. You may be asked to sidewalk with a rider who needs some physical support. One option is if they are wearing a physiotherapy belt, you would be, if you're asked to hold with this, you want to just keep your hand in the belt, but you definitely don't want to be pulling on it, which could, yes, pull your rider right off balance and make it uncomfortable. Often when you're using this hold, you simply have your hand here ready if you need to offer more support. Then there's a hip support, which you can do on a smaller horse like Gavin, with your arm up against the rider's hip, and then you can hang on to the saddle. This is the only hold where you absolutely need to have one sidewalker on each side so that you don't unbalance the rider. The most common hold is across the thigh. So across the rider's thigh, again, you would always ask the rider if it's okay that you're going to do a support. Then you want to hold under the saddle if you can. If you just hold on the flap and the horse spooks or something, then you're going to end up pulling on that. So you want to hold under here. You want to keep your thumb with the rest of your fingers so that you don't hurt yourself if something happens and pulls your thumb back. There's across the knee support just above the knee. There is a toe hold. If you get a rider who tends to push their feet out in front of them, you can just hold the front to keep their leg in position. Or on the heel, the same type of thing. Some riders will bring their leg way back, and you want to control that. That is often used when they're trotting because they do tend to tip forward. There may be a combination of holds that the instructor will give you. And you may also just be asked to be a spotter, in which case you're not doing a hold, but you are focusing on the rider to help them if they get into trouble. And in that case, you need to be close enough, so if something did happen, you could do a hold on the rider and keep them from falling off. It could even be if they are off the lead with two sidewalkers, you might have to grab a hold of the rider, but then you can also grab the reins to control the horse. So let's try that as we're moving. Are you ready, Norma? So we'll start. We won't do the hip one because we only have one, but I'm going to do across the thigh hold here. And the rider is comfortable. This is right across their thigh, so it shouldn't bother them, but you can check in with them. Is that okay, Emma? Yeah. And then there's the knee hold. Is that okay? Yeah. Now, put your toes forward. There. So if she's in a position like this and you want to help fix that, one option is to have the sidewalker hold the front of the toe to help keep her leg in position, and then bring your legs back. If she's tending to sit like this, then a sidewalker can help to keep her leg. Sometimes you actually have to hold the foot. You might get tired when you are sidewalking on one side. If you're doing a hold, you're probably going to get a sore shoulder, in which case you're going to want to change sides. If that's the case, then you're going to have to halt the horse and bring somebody in. So Anne, if you want to come in behind me. Okay. Because she needs a sidewalker, we don't want to leave her unattended. So you're going to come in and take over that hold. Then I am going to go around the front of the horse to the other side. And now we can carry on because she's supported and we don't need you anymore, Anne. So that might be the instructor that does that or an extra volunteer, just to keep you safe. If there are two sidewalkers and you need to switch sides, then again you bring somebody in so that the rider is always supported. Hold for a second. Okay, let's do the spotting. So now Emma has progressed enough, so she's got her reins. You can untie your reins. And is going to be riding without the physical support, okay. But I am going to be spotting and just watching her in case she needs me to move in and help her with something. So let's walk on. So this requires you to really pay attention to the rider, watching them all the time. If she started to slip one way or the other, or she she lost a stirrup or her reins or something, then I can easily move in and I'm aware of this. If I'm out here and looking all over the place, I have no idea. She could be off and I wouldn't be able to intervene. And there may be just one spotter or one on each side. Some of the riders may have no mobility or no sensation below the waist, so they really need to have somebody there until they've got their balance and confidence and can ride without that support. And you can halt. I can't think of anything else.